All right, gonna show you how to make this quick little building. It's not great, but here we go. I just want to go through in greater detail the way you can kind of mock up make a little building. Control R adds edge loops. E extrudes. You probably know all this, and yeah, you just kind of get to pull things out in a way that's kind of fun. Inset is also very good. That's where you click I and you can just kind of pull stuff in, so that way it kind of creates a little railing there. Also add more edge loops and add like you can add windows. Let's see. But I'm not gonna do that just yet. I'm gonna do that after I add the textures. I'm gonna go up here. Extrude this out. Sure. Yeah. Scale it. Pop it back in. And I'm gonna add a couple big cylinders here, like pillars. Yeah. Okay. Gonna take this and bevel. Yeah. And actually, I'm gonna take these and kind of inset them a little bit using I2 and extrude it down. Just kind of add a little roof zone there. That's kind of a fun building. So, make a new material with an image texture. Open, and let's go find something that kind of works. Anything that's kind of building-y. I like it when it has a mix of like big open spaces on the walls, and also like yeah, here we go, and also like dense details and things. So we've got the material applied, but right now it isn't really unwrapped at all, so we're going to do that. So I'm going to pull open the UV editor, open up our image here, and there's a bunch of different ways we could do this. You can just select all the faces, hit U and unwrap, but that gives you kind of a random thing. I like going just start off, do a cube projection, and then you can kind of just scale stuff around, because a lot of times you'll find you just get happy accidents. And so all you have to do, instead of like starting from scratch, all you're doing is fixing the stuff that doesn't work. Like, for example, I really like this stuff going on right here right now, so I'm just going to start off making that work. It also helps, like, if you put a little dude in here that's the right scale, that helps you keep everything kind of a consistent scale. Okay, so now that we kind of have this set up, we're just going to go through and, like, let's select all these faces right here. And I'm gonna scale this out and fix that. This grill right here is kind of weird, so I'm just gonna grab this bit. It's kind of weird that pipe just cuts off like that, but we'll fix that later. Here, this is kind of fun. With this face selected, we're gonna go select, similar, normal, and now every vertical plane is selected. So I'm just gonna go and reproject all of those from view, and place them somewhere nice. I like this kind of grody bit up here. Yeah, that's feeling okay. This part, let's see. Let's use this little bit of roof. Yeah. Same thing with this. Just use actual roof parts. Because you can see right here, it's kind of slanted, and that's weird. I'm going to add a loop here, and then select this face. And it's cool, because any face you select automatically just pops up over here in the UVs. But I can just drag that over until it's not stretched anymore, which is nifty. Right here, let's get an overhang. I'm actually just going to duplicate this and like scale it up and extrude it up. Woo! Yeah. Right here, adding an edge loop, and another one. I'm going to select these and extrude them out. Maybe delete that face and this face, because that's kind of ugly. So this is just a really fun way to mock up a building, like really quick, mostly relying on the image textures. Pop this out. So okay, I'm just gonna do these windows really quick so I can show you something. So you do this, and then you get this annoying texture stretching. I am going to just Alt Shift click on these to select all of these edge loops. Go to a nice other angle here so we can kind of see what we're doing. Because let's see, if we just project from the front, project from view, we get that stretching again. Same if we project from the side. Where to go? There we go. Then we still, it stretches all the way along there. So what I like to do is actually pick in between, which is, so I go up here just to an angle, and that way we're not really projecting on any specific axis. So we've got all of it working, and then just move it back to somewhere that's kind of nice. It's not very high contrast, but it works. Also, like lining up seams works really well. So like right here, you know, we've got this seam that we're on, and that's going to add a lot of depth to the whole thing. See that the windows kind of feel like they're framed now. Doing the same thing over here. Boo! Select that. Just kind of doing it blind. Project from view. Lining it up with this seam right here, and that I guess rotate one maybe. Yeah, there we go. Cool. All right. So you can keep modeling all this stuff if you want. I'm just gonna kind of clean it up a little bit. It's enough to kind of, I think I've just kind of done enough to show you the possibilities. What am I forgetting? All right, let me show you just some other random things. Oh, okay. So for a cylinder right here, you can just go cylinder projection, and it just unwraps it all like this. Look at that. And so it just wraps all the way around. So then you can just find a nice little. Let's use right here. Yeah. And this bit right here is kind of bizarre, so I'm going to add some more edge loops. Scale that down. Scale that up. Woo! Getting a little small here, but yeah, and this is a wire, but I'm just gonna use that as a seam now. So if you add an edge loop, you can first it lets you set it, but if you want to move it again, double tap G and you can slide the edge loop up and down. I like to use beveling actually to smooth out edges. So if you go Control B and you can scroll up, and it'll actually give you a nice bulge. Woo! Everybody wants a nice bulge. That's kind of fun. You can delete this, select all of these. If you want to select all of the linked vertices, you can hit Control L, or just I guess L now. But I have it set up on a button on my mouse, so I can just pow. Maybe that's the thing you want to do. All right, another cool option. You can use the knife tool, and the knife tool just lets you draw vertices wherever you want. So like I'm gonna cut out this window. It already has vertices. This is gonna be very sloppy, but here we go. Connect to the original. Enter. There. Oh, there we go. Go to face select mode. Extrude it in. You know how to fix that now. And that lets you get like really irregular shapes too, which we actually don't really have. I guess we kind of have these wires, but those wires would be a whole thing. So I'm gonna just slap it over. Ooh, I like that yellow box actually. All right, yeah, let's do the yellow box with the knife tool. Dun 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 dun. Enter, and then select all of these. Yeah, deselect these guys, extrude that out a little more, extrude that one. This part looks a little weird. I'm gonna bevel it. I could reproject it. Yeah, all right, we'll reproject it. I'm not in a hurry. And then view, project from view. It's sloppy, it's dirty, and wait, where did my vertices go? Oh, it's because I'm on edge select. Gotcha. Well, that's embarrassing. There we go. View, project from view. Now we have our vertices. I'm just gonna line up with these pipes. Yeah, that looks like a thing. And I guess you could kind of clean this up, wrap that around if you wanted. So what I like doing too is like the bevel pass, where you just, if you alt-click on an edge, it'll select that whole edge loop. And if you alt-shift-click on an edge, you can select multiple edge loops at once. And that lets you select a lot of edges at once. So you can hit Control-B and kind of round stuff out like that. But right here, I'm going to do this big. Just kind of round out this whole corner. It's kind of a cool look. Maybe do the same thing for up here. And a tiny bit for there. All right, so texturing 2.0. This works like it's just a nice diffuse right now. Let's go into shading, and I'm gonna go into cycles just because it gives me, I don't know, it's what I use to render. Rendered. Here we go. And you can see right now everything feels kind of flat. I haven't really worked on this side, but it's gonna be good for showing you the texturing. So the specular right here is all nice and smooth, so I'm just gonna plug this back into the roughness to start with. And you can see just right off the bat that works good. The darker areas are a lot more glossy and the brighter areas are really rough, and we can dial that in with a color ramp. And so like we can make the dark areas, you know, really glossy. What I'm gonna do, I like it when you can really see the texture on stuff, so I'm gonna add one more point in the middle here and just pull it around until, yeah, that's pretty good. We can also, sometimes plugging into the specular does cool things also. Oh good, I've been recording this whole time. But, yeah. So that's fine, and there's a lot of other things you can kind of do. Like, actually, all right, yeah, let's do it. I'm going to, I've got my building. Gonna create a new material. It's gonna be the building again. Click this button to duplicate it, and it's building 001. It's gonna be Windows. Select all of your window faces. Yeah. And assign them to this new material. Now, instead of the principled BSDIF, I'm just going to plug that into a, well, we could do a lot. You can plug it into an emission shader, and then just those faces will glow, which is kind of nifty actually, but not always what you want. And you can also plug them into a, let's see, a glossy with no roughness and a transparent shader, and then let's see what's that. Yeah, mix shader. Plug this in. I still like plugging the texture into them just because, but now you can. Let's see, can we actually just put this inside the, yeah. And now you can see inside the building, but it'll also reflect like outside of the building. And this is just a really good way. Adding windows is a really good way to add depth to the picture. And the last option is adding a translucent, which kind of gives a wax paper type feeling. So let's actually just ignore all of this, bypass all of that, and yeah. And so now we've got that. Ooh, looks like the dark levels here were a bit too crushed for the roughness. So I'm gonna bring that back down and actually, yeah, that's a little better. Let's see. Am I forgetting anything else? Oh, I guess I can just point out that since, what's going on here? What is going on? Once you have this yellow box, actually, let's see. Look, Dev. Here we go. You can easily like copy and paste it and just like, you just have it. And so, yeah, same with like air conditioners and kind of things like that. But yeah, all right, that's a nice way to kind of make quick buildings. You can clean it up as much as you want, and let me just see. Am I forgetting anything? No, I don't think so. I think that's it. All right, see you later. All right, remember the thing. I'm able to create edge loops and slide them around because I have correct UVs on, and that option doesn't appear until you actually have added an edge loop. And then this little window down here pops up in the corner of the viewport, and make sure correct UVs is checked, because if you don't, you're stretching everything and it's really frustrating all the time. And sometimes, even when you check it, Blender doesn't immediately work, or in this one version, but it looks like it kind of is now. So that's nice. Oh, and when you're doing a cylinder unwrap, you have to be in orthographic view. You have to be looking at it from the side with no perspective, because if you go kind of like this, and you do a cylinder projection, it will unwrap in an insane way like this, and that's not what you want. You want this. So just do that. Yeah, there's probably a reason it does that, but I don't know what it is.